All right, folks, we are going to give you a look now at probably the most unique aircraft that we have on the ramp today. I'm talking, of course, of the MV-22 Osprey. The MV-22 Osprey, a tilt-rotor aircraft that combines the vertical takeoff, hover, and vertical landing qualities of a helicopter with the long range, fuel efficiency, and speed characteristics of a turboprop aircraft. The MV-22 Osprey is the primary assault support aircraft for the United States Marine Corps. It was fielded to replace the CH-46 C-9 helicopter and has been deployed to support troops in combat since 2007. As you can see, the Osprey is unique in that it uses two engines positioned on fixed wing tips, housed in nacelles that rotate to allow the MV-22 to land and take off vertically. Watch now as our Osprey comes in from the right in a high-speed pass. But to achieve much faster flight than a helicopter by tilting the nacelles forward while in flight in a configuration similar to a fixed-wing aircraft. With the speed and range of a turboprop, the maneuverability of a helicopter, and the ability to carry 24 Marine combat troops twice as fast and 5 times farther than previous helicopters, the Osprey enhances Marine assault operations. The Osprey's impact was felt immediately upon its arrival in Iraq. Commenting on its advanced expeditionary capabilities and staggering operational reach, a top Marine commander went as far as to say it turned the battle space from the size of Texas into the size of Rhode Island. Now, because of the complexity of the V-22, it took a long time to develop, to redesign, to adapt, and eventually land with the aircraft that we have here today, the MV-22 Osprey. And you can see that our crew now has placed the nacelles in a nearly upright position as they very slowly go down the runway in a much slower pass than what we saw in the last two. And there you saw it, the nacelles being placed in the horizontal position as they pour the coal to the fire. And the MV-22 turns away from us. I want you to keep an eye on that aircraft because in just a few moments they are going to select the vertical position of those nacelles. And that MV-22 is going to go into the hover. Of course, this aircraft needs to have those nacelles in the vertical position for landing and takeoff, well, landing anyway. The MV-22 is equipped with integrated threat countermeasures, terrain-following radar, forward-looking infrared sensor, and other systems that allow it to operate in various austere conditions. In 1980, the failure of Operation Eagle Claw during the Iran hostage crisis underscored that there were military roles for which neither conventional helicopters nor fixed-wing transport aircraft were well suited. The United States Department of Defense initiated a program to develop an innovative transport aircraft with long-range, high-speed, and vertical takeoff capabilities, and the Joint Service Vertical Takeoff Landing Experimental Program officially commenced in 1981. There was a partnership between Bell Helicopters and Boeing Helicopters. They were awarded the development contract in 1983 to build and design the V-22 tilt-rotor aircraft. It first flew in 1989, began flight testing and design alterations, and the United States Marine Corps began crew training for the Osprey in 2000, and were finally able to field it in 2007. It was at that time that it's supplemented and then eventually replaced the Sea Knight helicopters. Well, I think before they get into that hover demonstration that I was talking to you about, they're going to do one more pass here from left to right. MV-22 is crewed by 3 or 4, depending on the mission, including a pilot, a co-pilot, 1 or 2 flight engineers, crew chiefs, loadmasters, and/or gunners. It can seat up to 24 troops, but if you remove the seats, it can carry up to 32 troops. And the maximum takeoff weight for a vertical takeoff is just over 47,000 pounds. All right, folks, you can see the nacelles are being rotated into the vertical position, indicating to us that they're ready for their hover demonstration. Keeping the Osprey off the ground are 2 Rolls-Royce turboprop turboshaft engines that generate over 6,100 horsepower. And to give you an idea of the size of those rotors, they have a diameter of approximately 38 feet. Now, to give you an idea of the size of the MV-22, it is over 57 feet long, has a wingspan of over 45 feet, and a width of over 84 feet. Empty, it weighs just shy of 32,000 pounds. It is a real workhorse because it can carry up to 20,000 pounds of internal cargo. And in dual hook operations, it can carry upwards of 15,000 pounds of external cargo. The United States Marine Corps MV-22 Osprey.